Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, where we take a look at some of the awesome news and reveals of this week. First up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, we look back on a previous episode where we talked about the Missing Link Transformers. Well, it turns out today they went live, and the price they were given was $39.99, $40. It's a little bit more than I'm sure most people would like to pay, but it's a lot less than what I thought we were going to have to pay for it. I thought we were going to have to pay $50, maybe even $60 for it because of the import fees and everything through Hasbro, but they both went live on Hasbro. No package images have been revealed yet, so we don't know if it's going to be on a card back like the original toys were, or if they're going to be in a different kind of packaging system. Hopefully if they do card back, they'll make them thicker card backs and not thinner. That way they don't get damaged in delivery and stuff like that from Hasbro. But no, overall this is just a little update on that. There's definitely a lot more Transformers news to come. But if you're really excited about these two figures, they're up right now on Hasbro Pulse, and they look incredible. Going up with more Transformers news from the Hasbro team, they had their fan stream on yesterday, and they revealed quite a few Studio Series figures and one Hasbro Pulse exclusive. The Hasbro Pulse exclusive was, forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, Stratix. He's a character from the comic continuity. He's had some figures in the past, but nothing really close to how the comic looks, and this figure looks incredible. It is the third of our 4 figures that are in this comic line they're doing. First was Shockwave, then Grimlock, now him, and then there's going to be a 4th figure, which we got a little sneak peek on the back side of what looked like a yellow hand and a red shoulder. And based on what Evan and Ben said, or Baymax said, was that when they showed the team was kind of like, huh? So it's a character that's not an A-lister or B-lister, which is kind of interesting. It's definitely something I'm very excited to see what it's going to be. Most of them have been leader characters, so we're thinking leader class character that is probably more obscure, which will be kind of exciting. On top of that, we got a look at the Studio Series figures, which were a Studio Series A-list Bumblebee, which was not available on Pulse, but is available on Amazon, Big Bad Toys, and Entertainment Earth, and will be available at retailers of the future like GameStop, Target, and Walmart. They come solid to a case, so there'll be 8 of them, just like the Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. He looks really cool. It's a different kind of version than the Volkswagen one that came out during Netflix. Really cool. And then we had a look at a Voyager Skywarp from the Bumblebee movie, a leader class Springer, which looks incredible, a deluxe class Decepticon Soldier from the War for Cybertron Game Reverse line, and then I'm pulling a blank on the last one, even though it's imaged here. Was that it? Oh, there was a core class Blasters cassette, the Lion one. So those were all put up for pre-order, and then they kind of went out of stock and in stock. And the cool part about I keep wanting to say Buzzsaw. Anyways, he comes with one of Blaster's cannons, so it sold out pretty fast because people were buying 2 of him to make it. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Kind of now there's going to be a lot of people with extra ones. But yeah, that's just the Transformer stuff there. They also put up a record exclusively on Pulse that has a Bumblebee color scheme and an Optimus color scheme for the vinyl records, and it has all the G1 music from the cartoon plus some newer takes on the music, and it is really cool. But there was just a lot of cool Transformer stuff. There was also some Space Bridge reveals, but I don't have the images here. You can check them out on all the Transformers forums. And over at Mezco Toys, they did some Turtles a while back from TMNT, and it was more of the comic inspiration slash black and white version, all those ones. Well, now they're doing the animated versions, and they went up for pre-order. I don't know if it was today or yesterday or if it's later this week. Just says pre-ordering at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Instagram page. No further information there, but it looks really cool. If you like your animated Turtles, these are definitely really cool addition to the collection. You got all 4 Turtles here with some kind of cartoon goofy faces, and it's just really cool to see them do this. You gotta get most out of your molds when you make a figure, so making the different versions of the Turtles through the comics and cartoons and movies and stuff like that, it's really cool to see. But yeah, just figured I'd cover this because I love Turtle stuff when it comes out, especially this more high-class stuff that's not just Playmates. It's really cool. And in some Hasbro news from the Ghostbusters side of things, back at WonderCon, they showed us a 3-inch scale Ghostbusters Sorry, Ghostbusters Ecto 1 for a 3-inch scale collection, and earlier this week the vehicle went up for pre-order, and it looks really cool, has a lot of different features. It is very much the 80s Ecto 1, not the newer Ecto 1, which technically is the 80s one. And there were no figures yet. There are 4 figures coming out in the O-ring style later on during Ghostbusters Day later this year. I think that's around June maybe. But I figured I'd just cover it here because I love Ghostbusters. I like the car. I won't probably be getting this myself because the Ecto one I have is my Transformers one, and that's good enough for me. The O-ring figures, on the other hand, they do look kind of cool. Might pick those up depending on how much they cost. I'm assuming they'll be 15. I'm hoping they'll be 10, but we'll see. But yeah, just thought that was really cool. And in Mattel news, at Mattel Creations, there are 2 items going up this month. First up is May 24th will be the Transformers Hot Wheel Mattel Creations figure. It will be going live at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, sorry for that. And it will be $80. It's pretty expensive, but it is a die-cast Hot Wheel Transformer that actually transforms into Optimus Prime and transforms into the truck. It is really cool looking. If you want it, that's when it's going to go live. There's some images here. And then in 6 days from now, there will be a Mattel Creations Motu figure going up. I don't know this character offhand, but he looks really cool. There's some images there. I'm assuming he'll be 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on that day as well. And I kind of wanted to cover these real fast. That way you can kind of see what we've got offered from Mattel Creations this week. And over at Marvel Legends news, we got a really cool figure that fans have been asking for a while. We got the Marvel Sony's Let There Be Carnage figure. And it is a deluxe figure. It is, I believe, $39.99. It's really beefy. It's about 8 inches tall. He's a little bit bigger than Venom, which is kind of cool. He's got all these accessories, all these weapons, interchangeable heads. Unfortunately, no Woody Harrelson head. Couldn't get the likeness rights, but that's okay because everyone knows that we want this guy fighting Venom in their full symbiote form, so that's really cool. Went up on all major e-tailers, and it's going to probably hit stores later in July. It is really incredible. Not something I think you have to worry about selling out fast. I think last I checked, before I uploaded this video, it was still in stock at most retailers, or e-tailers I should say. But it's really cool. I'm excited for it. Kind of have him next to Venom, have the father-son combo, have them kind of fighting it out, maybe have Carnage going after one of my Spider-Mans from the No Way Home stuff, but just really cool. If you want it, it's available. And over in McFarlane news, we have a look at some new McFarlane toys that were announced this week. We have a look at a Cyborg Superman, which is actually kind of tempting. I try to avoid buying multiple versions of the characters if I don't need to, because I just want my basic Justice League of the era that I liked. But this Cyborg Superman is very tempting, especially since it's a variation of Superman that isn't really Superman. It's this like cybernetic kind of one. I don't know the story behind it, didn't really read that era of comics, but I thought it looked really interesting. Next up, we also have a look at 3 new McFarlane toys for the digital collection. I bought the Hal Jordan Green Lantern a while back because I wanted that version of Green Lantern. Kind of hoping we'll get, I forget his name. Is it Sinestro, the gentleman, the alien who was the bad guy to him? I want the blue suited one to go with that Green Lantern. Or maybe the yellow suited one. But besides that, we have these 3 new ones here. It is the Atom from the Silver Age comics, which will go great with the Green Lantern I got. We have a look at Green Arrow with his long bow, and it's kind of more of an old school Green Arrow. First kind of appearance kind of look. I don't know if that's actually first appearance, but like I said, I feel bad. More of a Marvel fan than a DC fan, but I do love my DC. And then third and final, I believe it is World at War Superman, with the kind of like blacks and reds and blues and more kind of like buff looking and stuff like that, with an eagle, which is kind of cool. Kind of want to get it for the eagle, to have Eagle-y for my Peacemaker, but maybe if we're lucky, that eagle will go in a future Peacemaker figure. But yeah, just these 3 figures look really cool. I like when they do more of the old school DC looks, like the newer stuff, but the old school stuff looks really cool. And over in movie news, we have a look at some movie and TV stuff, so movie and TV news, first up, we have some release dates of movies and TVs. First up is Daredevil Born Again is going to be coming out March 2025. And then next up, we have Mortal Kombat 2 is coming out October 24th, 2025. Perfect time to watch during Halloween. And then Agatha will be having her Disney Plus series premiere September 18th. I'm sure these are not set in stone, anything can change, but just thought that was really cool that we have some of that. And then on some other news, we have a look at the new Superman costume for the upcoming James Gunn Superman movie, and it looks kind of cool. There's been a lot of memes about it, kind of having Superman getting slowly dressed. There's something chaotic happening in the background, how some people are like, that's not really Superman-y, and all that stuff, but that's besides the point. I just am kind of excited to see maybe what the suit will look like, and it looks kind of cool. I don't know if it's what it's supposed to be kind of based off of, what version of Superman, or if it's just this completely new thing with no inspiration from anything else. And then over in Marvel Cinematic News, it looks like Nicolas Cage will be reprising his role as Spider-Man Noir in a live-action adaptation. So I don't know if they're doing another Into the Spider-Verse kind of thing in the MCU, and so we'll see him kind of step in for a bit, or if it's going to be a series just based off of him. I think it's a series just based off of him, which would be kind of cool to just see that. But it's really awesome to see that he'll be getting to play his character in live action, because sometimes they don't always do that with cartoon voice actors playing their live action versions, and then other times they do, so that's kind of cool. But that's your movie and TV news of the week that I thought looked awesome. And like always, we have some comics to take a look at this week. We have a look at Doom #1. It's a Doctor Doom comic. We don't know how many there will be in the series yet, but it's a #1, not a one-shot, so I'm excited. Last time I collected Doctor Doom, it was a 12-issue arc, and it was really fun, and he interacted with King of the Conqueror. But this one seems like it's more centered around just Doctor Doom and the universe of Doctor Doom and the things he's had to deal with based on the cover here. Looks incredible, by the way. And then next up, we have Venom Separation Anxiety #1. Which looks really cool. Got Venom in this awesome pose looking over the city on some gargoyles in a corner of a building. The usual menacing, heroic look of like the sitting on a building side looking down. And then we have a look at a Godzilla one-shot, the Godzilla 70th Anniversary comic, which looks really incredible. All three of these comics are available today at your local comic shop. Don't forget to go in, say hi to your comic book shop owner, support them, buy some comics, and just enjoy the fandom. And over in our creative corner on Instagram, Morphonauts, at Morphonauts on Instagram, is our creative person we're covering this week, and they have some incredible figures that they make with 3D printing, and it's just incredible stuff. We're talking 1/12 scale, 3-inch stuff. They actually had a Kickstarter for their combat creatures, I believe is what they're called. We got some images here. They have a large following, but hey, they have really cool stuff, and they could always use more followers to kind of help them grow their brand and get more toys out there. You could actually pick up some of their combat creatures on their website or on Big Bad Toys. The Kickstarter went crazy. People were going for it because it's supposed to be kind of a nod to Battle Beast, but in a 1/12 scale and 3-inch scale figures. And I really like their stuff. They actually did Helldiver stuff and Fallout stuff because of the hype of both the series of Fallout and the Helldivers game. So no one's really picked up Helldivers and Fallout for a while when it comes to smaller scale figures. So they've got really cool stuff if you want things from that, but no one's making it right now. I, for one, would love to get one of the Helldivers and the Power Armors. And of course, the combat creatures look really cool. He actually had an option during his Kickstarter where you could pay really big bucks and get all 4 of the combat creatures in 12-inch scale, 1/12 scale. And then he would also give you ones that look like Battle Beast scale. And then you could also pick what one of the next creatures would be in a future wave. I was tempted to do it so I could pick an elephant character because I thought that'd be cool, but I didn't have the funds at the time. But definitely check out his stuff. It's really cool. They've worked with some other people in the community of action figures and customizing. Some of the photos here are done by artists that he sent stuff to, and they painted them up and assembled them and took some really cool shots. So I have some images up of that, but definitely check them out. They are really cool. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.